Hey, let's have some fun here. Let's talk about a big deer myth that a lot of people and a lot of companies have bought into. Deer minerals. Yeah, gotta buy them, put them out. Gonna grow some bigger antlers. That's it. They all work. They got salt in them. They come and eat them. Must work. Well, I want to tell you, they don't. Okay, I just called the whole industry liars. But why? Well, here's why. Let's look at a few factors. Number one, how often is that deer actually hitting that mineral? Think about deer minerals as vitamins. Or if you're into fitness and stuff like that, supplements. You take supplements every day. And if you know anything about supplements, they make about this much difference in your performance. That much. Okay? It might be a little bit that puts you over the top and sets you apart. But that's about the difference that supplements make. Now, I'm just an old guy. What would I know about supplements? Well, I lifted weights for a lot of years. Took a lot of supplements. Couldn't tell now, but yeah, I was pretty fit at one time. So, going from that point, supplements. Okay? It's supplements. Well, if a person takes supplements, they take them every day. Therefore, you would think that for a deer to get any value out of supplements, they would have to take them very regularly. So if you put out a deer camera and you have a particular buck on your property, how often is he hitting the supplements? Once a week? Twice a week? Once a month? As you can see, there's probably not a whole lot of good that that's doing. And believe it or not, the deer needs all these minerals and stuff more before they're born than after. That's right. A lot of people don't realize it, but the healthier a fawn is inside of a doe and to the point where she's lactating, the more that, future deer, whether it's a buck or a doe, the more chances that deer is going to be exceptional or larger or whatever you want to call it. Think about it this way. Human, female, gets knocked up, okay? She's carrying a human fawn. What's the first thing the doctor does? Prenatal vitamins. Every day you take your prenatal vitamins. You would think that would work the same way with deer. I'm sure to a large point it does. Because the healthier the mom carrying the fawn, the healthier the fawn should be when it gets born. Also, the healthier the mom's milk is, and the more nutrients in the milk, the healthier that fawn should be. So that would give the fawn a big leg up on deer that don't have those kind of nutrients. So, you're going to tell me that they're getting all these nutrients from this little 10-foot mineral site that's going to make up for whatever's lacking out there. That's going to make a big difference. I doubt it. Here's why. There are several natural plants that are available through the spring and summer that have the optimum amount of phosphorus and protein to keep that doe and that fawn super healthy. Okay? I'm going to give you two of them, and one of them is something that grows naturally in a lot of areas. And honestly, if you wanted to put a plot in just to make sure the deer were going to have enough of this, it's not a bad idea. Okay? It's common ragweed. Common ragweed has over 14% protein and has 0.3% or a little more, depending on the soil, of phosphorus. They're the two most important things that fawn or that doe is eating. Okay? They're getting everything they want at 0.3% that could ever affect them or make them as healthy as possible. More than that, it's like taking vitamins. It's pissed out. Now, for a crop, and this will make a lot of sense. Soybeans have even a little more phosphorus and more protein, probably around 18%. That's the leaves and stuff like that, which is why the deer eat them. They taste good to the deer. They're super nutritious. Again, you'll see a lot of deer and a lot of does with fawns in those areas with the soybeans. See, that's the big thing. You have to picture a deer in not so healthy condition going through the winter time and carrying a fawn versus a deer in optimal condition. And that deer in optimal condition is going to birth out healthier fawns that tend to grow bigger antlers. And here's the other thing. A lot of people think with a mineral plot or whatever you're going to call it that you put in the ground or a block or whatever, that you're going to affect some change. Well, here's a big truth bomb for you. It takes 4 to 5 years until there's any noticeable change, especially in the bucks. Why? Because that's how long it's going to take before that buck is of size that you can notice a difference. That's right, because year 1, you're feeding a doe. Okay? That buck inside that doe is a fawn. Year 2, let's say that fawn is a 1.5-year old buck. What's he really going to have in the way of antlers that are so distinguishable? A lot of times the birthing time can make a big distinction in antlers. Okay? So, now we're already at year 3. That buck is 2.5 years old. Are you going to tell me there are huge differences in healthy bucks? Not late-born bucks, okay? But healthy, normal-term bucks at 2.5 years old, okay? They're going to fit into a spread, okay? It's going to be spread out. It's not going to be like, okay, they all score 89 3/4 inches to 92 inches. That's not the way it works. I'm sorry, but it's not. Now, we're at year 4 already. The deer are 3.5 years old. The bucks are 3.5 years old. By then, you should start to notice that there's some type of difference. Now, after that, when deer are much closer to full maturity, you should be able to see some type of measurable difference with the deer that are harvested. And no, it's not going to be 20 inches, 5 inches, 8 inches maybe. But that's all because the does had better nutrition. And it's nutrition that can be done without minerals. Or at least it can be done with natural minerals. Hey, for Real World Deer Hunter, I'm Steve.